What branch were you in, Ben?
Army. The Army. 5 years. Went in as a private E1, got out as a captain '03.
Wow.
All right. Anybody got any no objections? We'll start this finance meeting for November 11th at 6 o'clock. Roll call, Jenny.
Ben,
Here.
Matt,
Here.
Tammy,
Here.
All right. Do we have any citizens?
Not at the moment.
All right. Moving on. We need to accept the minutes from the October finance meeting. Anybody got any comments?
No comments for me.
None.
All right. I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from the October finance meeting.
I'll second it.
Aye.
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 All right. Jenny, financial report.
okay, we got the third coronavirus check last month. It was just under 37,000. So with that, our revenues were pretty good. Other than that, I mean, the month is a typical month, except for we're still a little bit behind on revenues. License taxes and permissive are what we're behind on, a little bit of income tax too. But other than that, it was kind of a normal month. We don't have the credit card report yet. The one that you have is actually the one from October. So,
But you'll have that for council.
well, if the bill comes, the bill hasn't come yet.
All right.
It might be, but it's kind of an early month. So if it comes after council, I'll just email it to you and we'll have to prove it next month.
All right.
So, did anybody have questions on those?
Are we catching back up on the license tax like compared to normal?
No. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I really thought that we would start catching up towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're not.
How far off are we?
I think we're at like 50 some percent. I'll tell you in a second here. Yeah, we're at 53% where we should be more like 80.
Okay.
If there's no more questions, I need a motion to move the financial report to council.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye.
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 All right. Moving on to the bills of resolutions. Anybody got any questions about that?
Jenny, on line 23, you have Dave's name there for reimbursed for straw, but I don't see a dollar amount.
That should have come off. We actually did that last month. So we can strike line 23.
Yeah, if no one else has any questions about the bills of resolution, motion to move them to council.
Yep. No questions here. So moved.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Review of legislation. Ordinance 2020-41, an ordinance appropriating funds to run the village of Mantua during the fiscal year ending December the 31st, 2021, and declaring an emergency. And it says this is the third reading, and the recommended amendments are attached. So I understand that some people would like to have a special meeting on this.
That's
Is that-
correct.
There's going to be a lot of changes, so we might as well.
All right, then there's no sense in dwelling on it right now. Jenny has attached everything. I've read it 4 times. So everybody should look at it before we have the special council meeting. When is the special council meeting going to be?
We'll probably decide at council on Tuesday night.
All right, that's fine with me. We'll do that.
If I can just bring up 3 quick things so Jenny can investigate them before we have the meeting, is when I went through it quickly this afternoon, I didn't see where she had put any water bill for the cemetery. There shouldn't be sewer, but there should be a water bill that will be coming for the cemetery. And then also, if I'm missing it, Jenny, like I said, I went through it quickly. I didn't see anything on there appropriated for Bookert Park Phase 2 that we haven't completed yet. Will we be having rollover money or money that we have to appropriate for that?
Well, we were hoping to have it done by the end of the year.
That won't be done by the end of the year.
Well, then we'll have to appropriate some.
And then we haven't heard yet, but then Phase 3, if we get approved for that, and that's, we're supposed to be hearing by the end of November, that's $87,000. And that's a reimbursable grant. I just wanted to throw that out there so we don't get blindsided later.
Is Booker Park Phase 2 already appropriated for this year?
Yes.
Yes,
So it's just a matter of moving that to next year?
yes.
Cool.
If it's not going to be approved finished this year, then it's going to have to be moved to next year.
Okay, but we have the money.
That's just standard procedures.
Cool.
All right. We'll do it at council, fine. All right, moving on. Resolution 2020-42, a resolution authorizing certain funds transferred by the clerk treasurer between the water and sewer operating funds and their respective debt service funds necessary to meet the 2021 debt service requirements.
And we can fail that one because that's all for the water and sewer debt.
Yeah, that'll go to the county, so we can do that. All right, moving on. Resolution 2020-43, adoption of a 2021 calendar. This is something we do every year. Anybody got any questions about the calendar?
No, sir.
Then let's just move on to the next one. And ordinance 2020-46, an ordinance authorizing renewal of the agreement for the use of a portion of the Gerald Park, Booker Park Lodge by the American Legion Post 193. And this is the third reading. I have got no problems with that. They've been there as long as I can remember. They use that little room on the side, so I've got no issue with this. Has anybody got an issue with it?
Absolutely not.
All right.
No.
Moving on then. Ordinance 2020-49, an ordinance amending section 450.07 of the zoning ordinance of the village of Mantua relating to the illumination of signs. Has anybody got any questions on this?
No, sir.
I don't either. If they do, ask Tammy. She knows. All right, we're moving on then, folks. Ordinance 2020-50, an ordinance amending various sections of chapter 480 of the zoning ordinance of the village of Mantua relating to exterior property maintenance. This is the second reading. Do we have any issues with this?
No, sir.
All righty. Moving on, folks. Ordinance 2020-51, an ordinance amending section 15905 and 15909 of the codified ordinance of the village of Mantua relating to quorum minutes and activity reports of the Historical Landmark Commission.
I got
I've
nothing.
I've got no issue with this. It's a matter that they have to have a quorum and it's a matter they have to have agenda and minutes. So that's the way it is. All right. Moving on. Ordinance 2020-52, an ordinance affirming the United States Treasury presumption that public safety employees are substantially dedicated to the mitigation and response to the COVID-19 public health emergency and authorizing an expenditure of up to $60,000 from the local coronavirus relief funds 2902 to cover payroll and benefits expenses of the village of Mantua police officers and dispatcher and declaring an emergency. I think that's a fine thing. If it can help make the payroll, we need it. So if anybody got any issues with that? Good.
Nope.
Whoops. You know, I still need to get a new mouse. And I'm colorblind. I lose it. Discussion. Paying off some of the debt, like the water meter debt. I believe that we have something like a couple of $100,000 built up, and we have the debt for the new water meters, and it can come off the identified needs list. And I don't know if we might as well just pay it off. I don't, anybody got any further discussion about that?
My only question, Ben, is we probably should check with the county and see exactly how they want to do this transfer of the funds, if they want us to pay that down. I have reached out to them and have not heard back. I saw Michelle had reached out to them also. And the scuttlebutt that I hear is the utility merger is on the commissioner's agenda for tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have an answer after that, hopefully before Tuesday.
Well,
But I agree that if we can pay anything down, we can, to have it off the list to bring the surcharge down.
I agree with that.
Are you talking out of that $60,000?
No.
Okay,
This is on
No, that's funds that's available right now because of the surcharge and the billing.
okay. I skipped the part then. I apologize.
No, we're down talking about water money that we have left in the water fund right now. Instead of just
That's
giving them a
right.
check for $300,000, let's pay off the water meters if they're amendable to that and bring the surcharge down some.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
only like $190,000, $200,000. All right. Has anybody got any other new business?
I just wanted to bring up something that Linda mentioned earlier about a water bill for the cemetery. Do we even have a meter there, or do we have?
We have to put one in.
Why do we have to? I mean, do we have to provide water at the cemetery?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I don't know that they do at all cemeteries. I mean,
They got
do
all
we have
those
hand pumps? Could we do a hand pump and let them just water their plants with well water?
There's water lines all over the, I don't know if there's a well out there. If there's a well out there, that would be just perfectly fine. We'd have to find out if there is one, but I know they got all those hose bibs, hose bibs is a water faucet all around there for water, for people to water the flowers and stuff. And
I
they
just
got
wanna
water
make-
lines running all over the place.
I just want to make sure that we wouldn't end up having to tap in and all that kind of thing. You know,
If there's a well out there and they can get a hand pump out there, that's fine with me. Cut down on our water bill.
well, I don't even know if we'll be allowed to do that. I mean, I
We
don't know
probably won't.
what's in the contract, but I'm just saying if we end up having to pay a $5,000 or $6,000 tap in for the water and then buy a meter and all that, do we really have to provide water there?
I think we're hooked into the water already, Jenny. We would just have to put a meter in. I think. I'll have to check with John and Dave.
I got one other thing I would like to bring up and for everybody to think about. I believe that we should rescind our tap-in fee ordinance because there's no reason for anybody to have to pay 2 tap-in fees. And I believe if it's not rescinded, that they might be legally in their rights to charge 2 tap-in fees because they tried to do it with Brentwood. So maybe we should consider it, you people to think about maybe rescinding that tap-in fee because I don't believe there's I don't believe it's quite right for someone to have to pay 2 tap-in fees. One's enough. Just think about it, folks. But we got to do it by council.
Right, Ben, if I'm not mistaken, and Michelle, maybe she'll weigh in, once once the water and sewer department go away, all of our legislation in the codified section would have to be totally changed, that we no longer have those fees because we don't supply that service.
That's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. The vast majority of what we have in there would be rescinded, and there might be a few things that we keep to modify, but there will be no village tap-in fee after the
Well,
county.
that's good because no one should have to pay 2 tap-in fees
You're
because it's
absolutely
too
right.
much money. All right, if anybody has anything else?
I do have one question, and I hate to bring it up. I know that we have water at the service department right now. What about the septic at the service department?
There's septic down there at the service department.
It's a septic tank.
It's a holding tank. We're not tied into the sewer line.
I don't even think it goes there, does it? Because it hasn't crossed the bridge.
Don't they have, we charge water and sewer for Buckeye, don't we?
I wouldn't think we would charge them sewer. We'll have to check with Mary Ann.
I don't know the answer to that question, but if we don't have to pay sewer down there at the service department, then that'd be a good thing.
Well, if it's not available, then it would be just like the Canada Road people.
That's correct, Jenny. But I think that Buckeye Pipeline pays for water and sewer. So if it's across the street, it must be available. But I could be wrong. You're right. That'll be a Mary Ann question.
Yeah, let's let her check on it. Maybe she can get an answer by council. Does anybody have anything else?
No, sir.
Nope.
If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
you guys have a good evening and stay
You too,
safe.
Ben.
You too.
Two.
All right,
Thank you,
we're
everyone.
adjourned.